Talk about putting a guy up on a pedestal. And when did I ever have a beard like that? I don't ever remember having a beard. The hair is too gray. I don't have a beard. Hey, I wanted to let you know that this coming Saturday, I'm going to be in Bloomington, Illinois, and there's still room open. Heartland Community College has a beekeeping course there at the college in Bloomington. You can contact them, look them up online. I think it's called Heartland Community College, Bloomington, Illinois. If you're in the area, stop in. The class is probably almost full, but maybe a few spots still open. Call them right now today. Go, go, go. And then after that, I'm going to hang out and stay in a hotel Monday night in Bloomington, because on Sunday morning, see, the class is Saturday. Sunday morning, I've got a shooting match competition up in Chillicothe, Illinois. So I'm just going to stay after my class is over Saturday night in Bloomington and head up to Chillicothe on Sunday morning. Bum, bum, bum. There are some things like this. And you can put a queen cage in here. It's got the little hole. So the queen... Sherry was like, you know, you can't wear that hat. I was like, why not? She said, well, that's my hat. I was like, no one's going to see me. I'm on my own farm. I wanted to take you out to my beehives and show you what happens when it snows. And you can see, here's the entrance right here. Anybody going in and out today? Not very good. And that's why I like to put my winter bee kinds. That's why I make that slot right here, so bees can continue to go in and out even when the bottom gets plugged up. Sherry sometimes says, are you ever going to change your shirt or your pants? Because I always wear the same clothes all the time. But it's really not that way. And anyway, I understand that it's okay to wear the same pants a few days. And especially, hey, listen, guys do that anyway. You know, guys wear the same pants, especially blue jeans, for a long time. Now the shirt, the printer actually messed up my shirts, and so they gave me a whole bunch of free ones. So this blob right here is just like, nobody can figure out what it says. And they said, just take them and keep them. So I do change my shirts. I just have a whole bunch of these. So anyway, today we're going to pick the winner of the t-shirt, the nice yellow t-shirt. I should put one on, I guess. Okay, so today's the day when we're going to pick someone to win the t-shirt. And we're trying to figure out how we go about picking from these people that said I want a t-shirt. How do we randomly pick people? And I thought, well, I don't know. Why don't we just take all the comments, Curry, and just throw them in a basket, shuffle them up, and reach in there and pull one out. We could print all the comments out and cut them. And
do you know how long that would take?
It would take approximately, let's see, there's 43 comments, and let's say it takes a minute and a half a piece, so it would take, okay, that's too long. That's going to be like well over an hour.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We could just go down the list and pick somebody.
Just pick like the 25th person, because I just turned 25, so just do that.
Pick the 25th person, the 25th comment.
Yeah, the 25th comment from the top.
Oh. I'll let you do it.
You'll let me do it?
You scroll down and find out who the 25th person is. Okay, here we go. Let's have a drum roll. Dom, ba, bom, ba, bom. Hang on, I gotta get this camera set up for you. Don't miscount. That's a touch screen too.
I know. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 is David Wagner.
Let me zoom in on David. David Wagner, you want a free t-shirt. Tell us what size you are, and we'll send you what does his comment say?
He said, always willing to wear a bee t-shirt. Enjoyed this video. I was wondering if you've ever tasted honey that has a strong mint flavor.
Okay. Strong mint flavor? Mint honey. That's pretty cool. I've answered some of Dave's questions before.
You have, so
that's cool.
it's
So
funny.
he earned the t-shirt, and we know that a lot of people are probably crying like, oh, I wanted a t-shirt. I know one time me and Christian wanted something that somebody was offering, and Christian cried when we weren't the winners. So if you want a t-shirt and you didn't get one, we might do a drawing again, or you can just simply buy one. Well, David Wagner is the winner today of the t-shirt. And I never showed you the back of these, I don't think. Here's the front, and then here's the back. Look at that, isn't that cool? Back is awesome. I get so many comments about this shirt when I wear it. And anyway, hey, I had another guy call. I want to give a shout out to Ali in Sri Lanka. He called me today on the phone. He's like, David, I can't believe I'm talking to you. He said, I've watched all your videos, I've listened to all your podcasts, I've read all your lessons, and I'm a beekeeper here now because of you. I have over 100 colonies. I want to stay in touch. What can you do to help me out and be a better beekeeper? And I was just touched by his, I was humbled by his kind words, and I said, hey, Ollie, I want to send you a t-shirt. So I'm going to send him one of these too. So we'll get this right out to you. And thanks for calling me today. That was cool. Oh, you know, one thing I want to talk about real quick. So if you have laying workers, what do? Here's a myth. You take all the bees, walk away from the hive with the hive, and shake all the bees out on the ground, come back, and put the hive back together again. I just saw the lights blink like the power's going to go off. And the theory behind this shaking of all the bees out is that the worker bee that's laying, the laying worker, she can't fly back or make her way back to the hive, and then you get rid of the laying worker. Is that right or wrong? Wrong! You know why? Studies done in the last few years have indicated and proven that laying workers are foragers. So a forager goes out, gathers nectar, flies back to the hive, comes inside, and quite capable of laying. Another myth is we think there's one laying worker. You know, if we can find her, we can kill her. That's not true at all. Usually by the time you have laying workers, there's lots of laying workers. And so there's just not one. Now, what do you do when you have laying workers? Oftentimes it's so late in the game that if you try to introduce a queen, the other bees feel like they have a queen, so they don't always accept a new queen that's mated when they think they, kind of have these laying workers laying eggs. So let me give you a pointer on what I've done before with laying workers. I have introduced a mated queen, and there are some things, hang on just a minute. There are, let's see if I can find one. Bum, bum, bum. There are some things like this. And you can put a queen cage in here. It's got the little hole so the queen can come out and walk behind the screen. Look at that screen. And she can stay in here, and her pheromones can get established in the colony. And then I take it that this little thing right here allows you maybe to let the queen out, and then she can climb out, or the bees can go in there and kind of associate with her and accept her as their mother. Do you understand how that works? So this is kind of a way to introduce a queen maybe into a hive that has laying workers in it, and it might really work well. Looks like you hang this as a frame. See, it's a frame size, boop, like this. These little lips right here, so it's like a mini frame. Don't leave it in too long or they're gonna whoop, make a big piece of comb where you don't want it. Okay, so you've got that option. And another option that I often use is I have two hives side by side. So I'll pull the frame out with the queen on it from a queen right hive. That means there's a hive over here that has a nice laying queen in there, mated and everything. I will take that frame out, that has the bees on it with the queen, I'll put it into the hive that has the laying workers in it. But I put it against the wall. So like, I'll take a frame out next to the wall, I'll put the queen facing the wall. So all the bees from that hive on a frame with the queen in it against the wall. That way it has open brood because the queen's on it, she's laying eggs, there's young larvae. This brood pheromone, the queen pheromone from this frame begins to clamp down laying workers. And so this queenless colony that has laying workers can now become kind of saturated with the queen pheromone and the open brood pheromone, and I've had such success with that. Now what about the hive over here that you just took the queen out? They don't have laying workers, right? You just remove the queen, they have a lot of brood. You can introduce a mated queen over here. This is if you have trouble getting a mated queen accepted in a colony where you have laying workers. Does that make sense? Oh, okay, that's cool. That's a technique that I kind of discovered on my own.